My fellow Americans, I have grave news. Terrible news. RoosterTeeth, the golden of YouTube, has fallen. RoosterTeeth brought us many exceptional things of media, from Red vs. Blue, and well, they also gave us other things that are not as good, much like Camp, the show Ruby, which was never good. Let us give a moment of silence, my dear Americans. And roll that intro.
Dude, you nailed it! Oh my god!
So yes, Warner Bros. Has decided to shut down RoosterTeeth, which, honestly, I wish I could say I was truly shocked. However, with all the missteps along the way of, the lifespan of this company, like what, they were going to be, 21 years old, 22 years old, something like that?
21 years old, April 1st,
Oh, they could drink.
Yeah.
Yep, they were old enough to drink.
Yeah. If it was like this around like when we were like very young and discovering Red versus Blue as this like really cool miniseries, like this is fantastic. If it was like that, it'd be a sorrowful, sad moment. Unfortunately, similar to a lot of TV shows nowadays, is going out with a whimper.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing you can say, be like one last like hurrah, is the final season for Red vs. Blue, as this one is actually going to be written by Bernie Burns and I forget the other guy, so I apologize.
The other guy.
No, but like basically guys who've been with Rooster Teeth before it was a company, really. Yeah, I mean Bernie Burns, he was the guy who voiced Church.
Oh
yeah, no, like he's
wow.
like he was once upon a time the big dude, like head guy, until he decided to step away and just drive Teslas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fair enough. So would I.
Yeah, I can't blame them.
Blame
That's actually our goal. Yeah, please
well, not
subscribe. We're
Tesla.
trying to buy.
No,
yeah,
not a
we're trying to
Tesla.
buy Teslas.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't
okay.
actually want to grow subscribers. We want to get enough money to get one Tesla, crash and burn, and die.
Yep, that's true.
Go out in style.
God, since we're on the topic though of Red versus Blue, do you have like fond memories of the show that like you just kind of think back on every once in a while? Because I've got plenty.
I mean, Red versus Blue just capitalized perfectly on people's experience with the game. It's based on the movement of the in-game characters, and whenever you play it especially with a group of friends, it's just playing out Red versus Blue, like just as a concept.
Yeah.
And the way the show was formatted in just this don't give a crap fun style, where there's like usually what makes Red versus Blue special is everything like interesting is happening around the Red versus Blues, and they just could care less.
No,
Like,
yeah. What you saw was a group of friends who just loved Blood Gulch and playing around.
Yes.
And I remember one of my favorite memories was middle school. In our computer science course, after we were done with it, somebody had gotten one of the first PC ports of Halo 1.
Oh my god!
And we all installed it on the computers there. And so we would rush through the assignments and play essentially Red versus Blue on Halo 1 Blood Gulch and just have a hell of a time. It was so much fun.
We did the exact same thing in our class. Welcome back from the edit. Anyway,
Sorry.
Mr. Moran.
Back from the edit. Oh my god!
Mr. Moran, he would put that stuff on the big screen, so he would play with us, and the entire AV class on like days where we have nothing to do, we would all just play Halo. And for the most part, like nobody knew how to play Halo very well except me. Me and my brother were obsessed with the game. We played it all the time, and so the vast majority of the time was just me on the other side of the map with a sniper rifle shooting because I knew the lag
Of course,
system
you were
and how
you
far
were
ahead
that
you
type
needed.
of asshole.
Yeah, of course. And how far ahead you needed to aim that sniper rifle. And then there were people that would like jump to their death rather than get killed, and then I would shoot them on the way down.
Oh man, no! I had a buddy who was super good at driving. I was super good at shooting the machine gun, and we'd dominate the class. Man, it was so much fun. And so watching the Red versus Blue was just nostalgia at its max, reliving playing that game with a group of friends.
Heck yeah.
God, they nailed it, and they pioneered the machinima format.
Oh yeah, and also like, dude, one of the first jokes, like, oh, is that a puma? It was like, looks like a puma.
Warthog.
It was like, now you're making shit up, dude. The character writing was so fascinating. This is what I mean by great writing can elevate any kind of show, movie, or any kind of series you're trying to make. Because with Red versus Blue, they were just playing. They were just using the game assets.
Yeah.
That's all they were really doing. Okay.
Yep.
Like even the camera, you could still see the Magnum reticle. All right. But the reason why it did so well, even before they started adding like the fight animation choreography with Monty and seasons 8 onward, or from seasons 8 to 10, it was just their great writing. And by great writing, I mean obviously it was their comedy. Like it was smart.
They knew their audience.
Yes. Yep. It was fantastic. And they didn't feel the need to worry about offending people or
oh my gosh,
their profit margins or anything like that, to a certain extent, I'm sure. But they were just they were buddies who wanted to make just a funny story using the Halo assets.
Yep.
And they succeeded time and time again.
That's what they felt like.
Fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It felt like buddies, right? And people don't give enough credit for dumb comedies, because Red vs. Blue is kind of a dumb comedy, but it's hard to write a dumb comedy. People don't give that enough credit. Like Superbad is a dumb comedy, but has good writing. And same with Red vs. Blue. Red vs. Blue has such good writing, and it's a dumb comedy.
Dude, and you can feel the love that they had for this game. And not only that, it was reflected at Halo 3, one of their Easter eggs, if you play Crow's Nest on Legendary, you can go by the door and they have the dialogue between two of the
Griffin
characters.
Simmons.
Open
the door.
Oh my god.
What's the password?
Well, actually, it depends on. Hold on. Even old Bungie, like Bungie recognized like the talent that like Rooster Teeth had, and they appreciated the appreciation that Rooster Teeth gave them.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to basically return that in kind. Like this was back when yes, again, making money was obviously important, but like obviously you want to have fun with the craft.
Heck
right?
yeah.
And I miss those days, Don't get me wrong, I get it. You gotta make your money, but man, can't we have fun?
No. Well, you're seeing the success in other games like
Like Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2. Exactly.
Just dumb fun.
Dumb fun with
Dumb
a group
fun.
of friends. That's really what it boils down to.
But yeah, no, like Red vs. Blue though, like seasons 1 through 10, it's just it's exceptional.
And by the way, it ended so perfectly with like the camera backing out, Caboose saying like, "Oh, he's just not here right now." And then you seeing Church's sniper rifle and the music playing, like it's oddly like heartwarming, and like it always gives me a little bit of goosebumps, because I watched this right before we did this. And that it still gives me goosebumps. Yeah. That's my childhood, like right there. That's a perfect ending. And then it continued. And there's not bad episodes when it continued, but like it's nowhere near the same.
But you can tell that the writing plummeted significantly.
There was one episode around season 14, I believe, when there was a reporter trying to find the Red vs. Blue, and they found him, and they were like on this remote planet by themselves with Caroline and Washington, and they were just, it was like the catch-up episode with Red vs. Blue. That was one of the funniest episodes ever, just in that season, where there was like, donut? I mean, like, how do you set a water park on fire? It's like too much lube.
But let's actually talk about our favorite characters real quick. Like I know we were saying originally like who's our favorite character, but give me top 2.
Church and Donut.
Church and Donut. Okay.
Really,
Love Church and Donut.
Church is great. I actually I don't see any problem with that at all. So
I
Church
think
and
Church.
Donut, those are good picks.
I just don't think Church has nearly the intrigue as the other characters.
No,
I think,
really.
I agree with your stance when you said like the Blues move the plot forward. Church definitely moves the plot forward.
Yeah.
But Reds are the most enjoyable characters, and those are my two favorite characters. Like they reflect that. It's Sarge and Griff. Yeah, it's like come for the Blues, stay for the Reds. The Reds truly are the characters that endure, because that again. Go back to the fight scenes for a little bit. This is why I think the fight scenes work super, super well. It's because everything around the Red versus Blue is super, super serious, and it contrasts so well with the Red versus Blue because they're in like their own world. Because like while there's an epic fight between the meta and text right over here, conversation between Sarge, Griff, and Simmons about cheeseburgers and about what they're gonna drink on Saturday night. Yeah, they don't give a crap about what's going on. That's what makes it so hilarious when all this epic shenanigans is happening right here, and then here we're like, freaking, what was that? Oh, Church is floating in a ball now. Let's poke that ball. It's fun.
So what about you, Jacob? Who are your 2 favorite characters?
Oh, Griff and Sarge for the exact same reasons.
Totally fair.
It's just the most.
No, for sure.
Yeah, Sarge. Okay. I mean, Sarge actually has like a really good arc. Kind of Griff does, but like those characters are fun because they don't really change over time.
Right.
So for me, my second favorite character is Griff. I love Griff.
Heck yeah.
Right. Also, like, Me and Griff share something. In
Yeah,
common,
big boy.
Right? we just do. He is my avatar, my persona. But my favorite character, which is I know it surprised you guys when I told you the first time, and it might surprise people watching this, but Agent Washington, he's just my favorite character.
Fair.
He has I just think he has the most interesting character arc in the entire story. He goes from this like hardcore, just like, this soldier who is just doing his job, right? And he's really serious, to a guy who's still a badass, right? But he is joking and having fun with the Reds and Blues. Red vs. Blue, as crazy and wacky as it is, it was still grounded.
Yep.
As seasons gone on, they were dealing with like mythological bullshit or like universe shattering events. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need this in my Red versus Blue.
I wish they had just stayed with the dichotomy of Red versus Blue, and that's it. Just the back and forth. They're in blood gulch indefinitely.
Yes.
I know that they progress to other games, and that's totally fine.
And again, I think the introduction to freelance,
that's natural.
Yeah, the introduction to the freelancers or the freelance project, I don't think that was a bad introduction. I think it really added to the world that they were building. But then everything else after that was just ridiculous. The antagonist was also very a compelling character.
Which one?
Director Church. He has some banging lines, and the reveal that he is. Well, I'm not going to go into. Who cares about spoilers, right?
They're about to die.
They're about to die.
For the record. Spoiler alert! Rooster Teeth is about to die.
3, 2, 1, go.
But the spoiler that like he is Carolina's father is so good. No, and it's very subtle too.
Yeah,
because when he removes his glasses, you see his eyes for the first time in his final scene, and he has the same green eyes as Carolina, right? And then when she walks away, and he says, "You were my greatest creation." Right. And Church at first thinks that he's saying that to him, and he's like, "I don't know what I am." Blah 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 blah. And then the director's last words to Epsilon or to Church was, "I wasn't referring to you," or no, I wasn't speaking to you.
Red vs. Blue can get really deep. Like there are a lot of good scenes with, like especially like Sarge's character arc. Sarge is coming around realizing everything that he went through has been essentially a simulation, and then him realizing like this is the first chance. So like, okay, we're actually going to choose to fight in this scenario.
Yeah.
We've been lied to, but screw these guys.
Right.
We're gonna fight this guy even if it means certain death. Which, by the way, since you're talking about antagonists, Meta. Also a good antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, he's really just the brute. He's a brute, really, and the real antagonist was like the AI Sigma, right, who corrupted him to do the things that he did.
That's kind of that again. That's kind of what I meant by that.
That's why he became the meta. Yes.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Elijah Wood voiced that, which was really cool.
Oh yeah, Elijah Wood. I don't know if you knew that.
Seriously?
Yeah, Elijah Wood, Frodo Baggins. He was the voice of the AI Sigma, the flaming AI avatar.
What the?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
okay,
all right, let's
enough.
move on to really some of a lot of the missteps that Rooster Teeth kind of engaged in.
Yeah. So Rooster Teeth was kind of a conglomeration of a lot of different channels and organizations within YouTube. Just to name all of them, you had the Rooster Teeth podcast, you had Camp, Day 5, Rooster Teeth Animated Adventures, which is kind of a spin-off of the podcast, Ruby, Nomad of Nowhere, Immersion, A Heist with Markiplier, Bloodfest. There is Crunch Time, Laser Team, Vicious Circle, Megacraft, On the Spot, Play Pals, Rage Quit, The Slow-Mo Guys.
Yeah, that was the one I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that at all. And there's actually some interesting stuff with them. And then Death Battle.
Yeah.
I had no idea. They're not even listed here. But yeah, Death Battle. They are shutting down. They're done. They're done.
It's primarily because I think like Death Battle is less its own like kind of a channel thing and more of just like a piece of content for Rooster Teeth.
Right. And it's run by the people who are like part of the core Rooster Teeth organization, which really sucks because I didn't stumble onto Death Battle until maybe a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had no
dude.
idea.
Yeah.
And I binged the crap out of them.
Oh, dude.
And they've got some really cool ones coming out soon. And that's what really sucks.
Back when I wanted to get a job at Rooster Teeth, that was when like, they obviously cared about what they were doing.
Right.
They was still a company where you could have a lot of fun and make a lot of art, bullshit, whatever.
Yes, because integrity is definitely something we're searching for, not money.
Yeah, no. Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
No.
Link down below.
Look, as one commenter said, we age like milk. We age like milk. You didn't read that comment?
Cottage cheese, ageless, timeless.
Timeless. One of the big missteps, though, was it started small, I'm sure, but really they progressively became more progressive.
Yeah, it's unfortunately they are the proof of go woke, go broke.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it was gamer humor.
Yeah,
Red versus Blue was gamer humor.
Yeah, well,
and gamer humor is not PC at all.
No, and you can look at the juxtaposition of Gamergate. It didn't start with that. They weren't ever involved with it, but you can draw direct lines from.
100%.
I mean, it's too much of an intersection between the creators and their content, and it just killed them. And that's what happened. There was a controversy with the slow-mo guys where Gavin had to do one of countless apology
posts or whatever.
I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. It's humor. It really is. And I understand it's subjective. People can take issue with whatever they want to take issue with. But
the actual characters in Red versus Blue wouldn't give a crap about this nonsense.
No. Not even a little
Heavens,
bit.
No.
You think Sarge and Griff and Simmons and maybe Simmons a little bit, but like those guys coming into real life and like seeing all this. You can't say that. It's like, I don't give a crap about what you say. I can say
the actual guys behind the characters wouldn't have given a fuck back then.
No.
Yes.
And I think deep down they don't give a fuck.
No, and it wasn't anything personal at all. It's, dude, you can tell just looking at episode 1. Start with episode 1, and it's a group of friends just having a good time, man.
Hey,
that's so
why are we
sad.
here?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, no, it's like they're just standing there talking.
Yeah.
That's all they ever do. How is it that something so simple, like basic dialogue, is so much more engaging and entertaining than all the other shows and content that they gave us in the past 5 years.
100%.
Oh yeah, the buzzing of the microphone, and it's so funny. It's duct tape. Like that's it's great, man.
So good.
Death Battle didn't really have the issue of trying to be PC for the most part.
Yeah, once you get into action and violence, like gratuitous violence and all that matters is just.
And one thing I also respected about Death Battle, here's the thing, they don't always get it right, but even when they would have the Ruby characters in a Death Battle, they would not just give them the instant win. I'm pretty sure,
they were very fair with that.
No, they tried to. I'd like to think they try to be as fair as possible.
Like Superman and Goku went twice.
Yeah,
actually thrice.
Really?
Thrice.
And it was different forms of them, right? Different versions.
Yeah, different forms.
Yeah.
Right.
So they did it a third time.
That's awesome.
I mean, these guys did their research. I mean,
yes.
I assume Superman. I didn't see the third one, but Superman won the first 2 times. And obviously he did, but did he win the third one?
I'm not going to tell you. You need to watch it.
Dagnabbit. Okay, no spoilers then. Well, spoilers for the first 2, I guess.
Yes. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I know it's a shorter episode. We're kind of experimenting with some stuff, but let's we can end it here with just one final moment of silence for the golden cock of YouTube.